Well, howdy, y'all.
Howdy.
Get ready for a rootin' tootin' ass day today with this podcast.
We'll be spending time in the old West.
Saddle up, partner.
Yep.
We got a rootin' tootin' episode, a couple of westerns, which we didn't even realize when we picked it.
Yeah, and we didn't notice until I didn't realize this until yesterday. So it took like almost 2 whole weeks for me to be like, "Oh shit."
Yeah. I mean, I noticed, but I was gonna wait for the podcast to mention it. But even Drew picked one that day.
That was Old West.
Lawless, which I haven't watched, but I might.
Yeah, it just goes to show how much preparation we put into this show. Like we, let's pick westerns.
But anyways, let's clap those cheeks and get into it. You know what I'm saying?
Clap on, clap off,
and do a snapshot. Trying to change it up.
Change up. We fear change.
Yeah. Change isn't good. It makes me nervous.
Gotta get the headphones on.
Yeah, well, so what's going on, man? It's been a couple weeks since we did one. We try to do them every other week. Let's see.
Yep.
Since then, we watched the new Jackass.
We
Jackass
did.
Forever.
Yep.
What do you think about it?
It was okay.
I know. It was kind of just more of the same.
Yeah. I don't know. It was okay. It's like, I'm sure if I was the same age I was when I was a kid, maybe. Except this had like the most male nudity, I think, of any of the Jackasses.
A lot of dicks.
So maybe you don't watch it when you're a kid. I don't think so. It's not like the TV show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
It was okay.
It's fine.
I can put it right there in the middle somewhere, like a 5.
You got some new faces in there.
Yeah, that was cool. They're passing the torch maybe a little bit.
You got some celebs like Eric Andre and shit.
Maybe eventually Johnny Knoxville, he'll just be the guy that says, "Welcome to Jackass." And then everybody else is just
Or he'll probably still come
people.
up with the actual, skits and shit because, he does that. He says he gets a lot of his inspiration from cartoons. All of his crazy
that
ideas.
checks out.
Right.
When you add that together, that all.
Yeah, when he's like riding a rocket or something.
Yeah, that's all. That check clears.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool. Like, it had some funny parts, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
You watch any other ones? I also watched Jackass 2. I was telling you because Sarah was on the fence about going. She didn't really want to go. I was like, well, just let's watch one, and then we'll see if you want to go. We watched Jackass 2, and she was not into it. Very male-heavy audience, I guess.
I'd say so.
Yeah, probably.
Most likely. They did have some women in there, though, this time around.
Yeah.
Who were doing, but they didn't really show them a lot. Like, they weren't in a lot of the.
Skits,
they weren't a lot of the bits. When they showed them at the beginning of the movie, I was expecting to see them more, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. 5. I'll give it a 5. If we're going to get it a Distorted Minds review, I'll give it a 5.
Yeah, I didn't think about it, but yeah, that's
opinion.
probably where I'm at too.
5. I did watch a movie recently that wasn't these. I was like wanting to watch an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie.
Yeah.
As you do. As you do, you're just sitting around like, I want to watch an Arnold movie.
Hell yeah, it happens to me all the time.
All the time. What do I want to watch? So I fucking threw on Kindergarten Cop. Have you ever seen Kindergarten Cop?
I think when I was a kindergartner.
Yeah. It holds up. It's like
they
way
played
more
it in class. No, I'm kidding.
It's like way more dark than the parts I remembered as a kid. You don't remember the part where like this chick like overdoses and all kinds of like dark shit, like drug related stuff. You just remember Arnold being the teacher.
Yeah.
And then that was it. You like forgot about like
that's because you relate to the kid as a kid,
that's crazy,
and as an
right?
adult you relate to the adult in the movie.
You notice so much
Isn't
more
that
stuff.
Wild? That's crazy.
I noticed way more Arnold one-liners, but yeah, I didn't remember like a lot of the more murdery fucking crazy shit going on.
You're like, this is a fun movie. As
like
a kid.
the first 20 minutes is like dude getting shot in a little area in a mall, and like Arnold busting up like a crazy drug house party, interrogation, like police interrogations. He doesn't actually get to the school till like a half an hour into the movie.
Right.
But it's like a kid's movie, but there's like a shootout and stuff. All kinds of shit is going on in this movie. But it's good though.
He fucking
hit Arnold. So he like this main guy he's been chasing forever, like Batman and the Joker. He's like, this guy's trying to get to his ex-wife and get his son son back. They think they're going after money, but it's just his son. So Arnold and a woman who's like now his partner, even though he's like, I work alone, but they're like, no, you don't, not anymore.
Not anymore.
They partner him up. They have to go. The plan was the chick cop, she was going to be a substitute teacher and find the kid, thus find the mom, thus find the money kind of thing. It's like not that great of a fucking
premise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not that great.
All right.
So when they get there, she gets sick because she's pregnant. You don't realize that. So then Arnold has to take her place as the substitute teacher. And he's like straight hardcore cop, narcotics cop, killing people.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's rugged as fuck, like
he's got to soften up for these kids.
Yeah. Kids they kick his ass basically.
Kick his ass, man.
And then he pretty much creates little soldiers. Like he uses like his police training to train the kids because he knows no other way. So he's like using a whistle and having them do drills and shit. Like
Major pain.
He's making like a little army and shit.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, it holds up. It's funny. It's fun. But there's a lot more.
You got to watch that Cop and a Half movie.
Yeah, with Burt Reynolds. You told me about that. I bet those came out at like the same time.
Yeah, they probably one of them type of
Hollywood
movies.
Shit.
Let's see. One of the ones I watched, I got Apple Plus TV, the free. What's it called? The free week or whatever. Just to watch it because it's a Joel Cohen. It's Cohen. It's only one of the Coens, but it's the tragedy of Macbeth, and it was like they're all speaking all fucking weird. It's hard to understand because I'm not that smart and I don't know. They're like, thou hath on.
They speak in that old.
Yeah, it's
whatever it's
Macbeth. But it was interesting, I guess, to watch.
Yeah, I probably would have checked out on that. Just being honest.
Yeah. I just it's the only reason I got the subscription and I canceled it. The week later.
I thought you were gonna say.
It's a brand new movie and I wanted to check it out.
Right. I thought you were gonna say I canceled it halfway through. Like
no,
halfway through, I canceled it.
No, I started to watch the movie one night though, and I was like too buzzed and shit. I couldn't follow it, and but then I picked it up the next day and then put on subtitles, and I got basically what's going on, but you don't understand every sentence for sure. But it's Frances McDormand and what's his face, Denzel Washington.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I watched Black Sheep.
Oh shit, Farley and Spade.
Well, I fell asleep watching it, but I still count it. I watched about half of it. The part where like Chris Farley and fucking Busey have like a little fight next to his trailer and shit, and they go inside and they become friends. That's like the last thing I remember, but I feel like that counts.
Fat guy, little coat.
That's Tommy Boy.
Oh, whatever. They're the same movie.
Don't disrespect. There are similarities though.
I think I have like a double disc of that movie, like one on one side, one on the other.
That makes sense.
I watched My Cousin Vinny just for the fuck of it.
It's
Joe Pesci.
Oh, that's Joe Pesci. Why did I think that was DeVito?
And Marissa Tomei, super hot.
I don't think I've seen that.
Especially back then. It was fun. You know, it was these couple of these guys, they get in trouble for some dumb reason. Oh, they stole like a can of tuna, but then after they left, someone died, like the store owner died or whatever, so they think it's them, and they get... So he calls up his old cousin Vinny, and he's like...
Is Joe Pesci Vinny?
Yeah, he's a shitty lawyer and shit. He's like not very good and shit, but he comes in and he fucking...
I'll have to check that out.
He pulls it all together.
When he said My Cousin Vinny, I got like the image of Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger. But that's
Junior.
No,
there's one with them two that's Junior, and then I think there's another one.
Oh, Twins. That's what it is. Yeah, I think they're making a new one, but with Tracy Morgan. Somebody told me that.
Isn't that the one? I don't know
how true it is.
Where Arnold Schwarzenegger's pregnant?
I think that might be Junior. Yeah. I don't know, but yeah, he went through a phase in like the late '80s. Or the 90s. He's like, you know what? I'm tired of just killing everybody, blowing them away. I don't want to, explore my options as an actor. And they're like, Arnold, you're from Austria, and you don't know how to act that well. They're like, but,
He wanted to be
you put him
comedy,
in a movie. People paid for it.
Yeah.
He was a draw. I did like Twins, though. Him and DeVito is pretty funny, because Danny DeVito's like...
I don't think I've ever seen it.
So short, he's Danny DeVito, and then you got Arnold... Yeah, the premise of that is there was like a genetic experiment done with like DNA. They gave all the dominant genes to Arnold in the pregnancy. They were twins, but Arnold got all the dominant like badass genes, and they gave Danny DeVito like the crappy leftover genes, all on purpose. It was like an experiment. And like Arnold got like this Arnold got like this great education, like he's living the high life, and they kind of like DeVito just out on the streets. Like having to do his own shit.
Dude, I gotta watch that. Where's that streaming?
It's pretty good.
Is it streaming anywhere?
I don't know.
I need to look.
It's called Twins.
Yeah. I know of it, but I just never watched it.
And they become friends, and they're Danny DeVito and Arnold are like on a mission to try and find their mom. And I think they meet their dad, or like the scientist who created them and shit. Like,
maybe I shouldn't do this now.
That's good.
It wasn't as easy as I thought it was gonna be. But another one that I watched, I'll have to rent it. It was called Entertainment. It was very weird. It's like this freaking stand-up comedian. He's got very weird material. He's out in the desert, and he's every time it shows him doing a stand-up show, he's like bombing and shit. He's not doing well. But I don't know what the whole point of the movie was. It was very weird. And then, like, he ends up going into, like, a public restroom, and there's a pregnant lady in there about to give birth. So he gives birth. I don't know. It's a weird fucking movie.
That's a weird sell, but...
Those are the only points I really remember.
That's fine.
Oh, he was trying to, like, connect with his daughter, but every time he called her, she never answered or whatever. That happened throughout the whole movie. It was a strange one. But speaking of I don't know. Another one I watched was Shakes the Clown. You heard of this? Bobcat Goldthwait and
Nope.
Adam Sandler. And they're clowns. And what's that other guy that's always with Adam Sandler? The older guy. He was like Coach Buzzer in Grown Ups. And
I don't know.
He's
Adam
got the
Covert.
real raspy voice.
Oh, the dad, or like Farmer Fran from The Waterboy?
Yeah, maybe.
I
think so.
Yeah, the guy. He's
and he's in Joe Dirt. He's like almost naked guy.
Yeah, he's like, what? That guy? Yeah, okay.
That was a pretty fun movie.
He was also Sean Arthur's dad back in the day on Boy Meets World.
Oh,
I watched that show back
he was also on.
Yeah, he was his deadbeat dad.
Home Improvement. He was the hardware store.
He was
Hardware Harry.
He was that guy, wasn't he? Son of a bitch. He's been everywhere this whole time.
This
whole time.
He's hiding in plain sight.
Yep.
It was pretty good. You might like that one. Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
He was pretty fun.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all clowns, and then I don't know. There's a whole there's a murder.
Movie?
It's old. It's pretty old. It's got that guy Tom Kenny, who's the voice of SpongeBob. He's like the bad guy. And there's like a murder, and he's getting framed for it, and then there's like mimes that they don't like.
Well, he should. For
Robin Williams was like one of the mimes.
Oh, okay.
Good old one. All right, last one was Lamb. I really like this. Have you heard of this? It's one of them A24 movies. It's very weird, strange. It's like, what is this? Couple lives in like Iceland, I think. And they just like farm sheep and shit. But one, like, I don't want to give away too much, but they get like an unusual baby from one of their sheeps. And, they try to keep it and...
Is this a horror movie?
A little bit.
A little bit, like one of the, like, weird...
Yeah, one of them weird fucking... It reminds me of, like, Midsummer, that type of weird...
I still haven't watched that yet, but I
kind of want to.
picking
it.
I've seen some shit where
it's good.
Like, it looks interesting.
Some of the acting I didn't like in it, but, like, overall's freaking pretty good.
Like, lately, I've just been going for, like, comfort food of movies. I'm like... I was like Chris Farley, David, and like Arnold. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
like a bad day, and you're just like, I just want to pick something familiar. Because I had a bad day. I want to watch Arnold just shoot some people for a little bit.
Yeah, I will say that the twist at the end of Lamb was fucking crazy. Like, did not see it coming.
Kindergarten Cop has the twist at the end too. I'm just saying.
All right, maybe I'll watch it.
Yeah.
Where'd you watch it at? You own it?
It's on Peacock.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
That's pretty
there's actually really there's not a big twist at the end.
It's pretty much what you expect.
It is pretty much what you would expect. Yeah.
All right, you want to get into some of these movies?
Yeah. Let's do it.
One or two of these movies. Which one you want to go into first?
Good either way. They're both westerns.
I know we picked westerns. Not on purpose. I think you chose as during that episode, you're like, you know what? I'm going to pull the trigger on this one. I'm going to pick my Western at the end of the show.
Pull the trigger.
I see what you did there.
I didn't even know I did that. Unless your recollection is wrong.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, if it is, well,
I'm going to pull the trigger on this one.
Well, there you go.
All right.
Yeah, we can do The Unforgiven if you want first.
Yeah, that sounds good. This was my first time watching this movie.
My first time watching it all the way through. I had seen the end on TV.
Oh, just the end?
Like the last probably hour of it.
Okay. Yeah, it's like a 2-hour movie. Huh?
Yeah, it was still good. It's been a few years. It was nice to go back and just watch the whole thing. It's
1992.
Yes, sir. Mr. Clint Eastwood, if you don't know.
Yeah, lead role and the director.
Yeah, he's directed a lot of good movies. Even movies he wasn't in, he directed a few. There's one that I keep seeing, like Mystic River. Have you ever seen Mystic River? It's got Tommy Lee Jones.
My mom really likes that one. It's got Sean Penn.
I've heard it's good.
And Kevin Bacon.
I've never seen it. But I was seeing that he directed it, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
I remember my mom watching that one back in the day,
renting it and shit.
Yeah,
like my dad and my stepmom
from
watched
the library or from Blockbuster.
I feel like we went to
but I never sat down and watched it.
No, and it was written by David Webb Peoples. Is he fucking Spider-Man? Is he webbing people up? Look at him, there's David. But
1992. No, I already said that.
Yeah, you did. August 7th, to be exact. 92.
You gotta be exact.
92 had a budget of $14.4 million.
Dollary dues.
And it made a lot of money. How much money do you think it made, Kevin? Clint Eastwood.
What was the first
Morgan
number
Freeman,
again?
Gene Hackman. 14.4 was the budget. That's how much money they had to make the movie.
110
Morgan Freeman. Gene Hackman.
$1,000,000.
How much money?
What is it? I said 110.
159.
Hey.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
That's some change right there.
That is a lot
You got
of
96% Rotten Tomato
They were like,
meter.
Clint Eastwood, you still got it, man. You still
93
got
audience, so it's up there.
Really?
It's up there.
Had nice tomato meters?
Yeah, both sides.
Nice.
You know what the tagline is? It's one of the lines from the movie, I believe.
No, what
it's
is it?
It's a hell of a thing, killing a man.
Yeah. He spends a lot of time feeling bad about people he killed in the movie. Clint Eastwood.
He's a kind of a softie.
Yeah, he's like, you remember when I shot that guy and his teeth went through the back of his skull? He's like,
of course I remember.
He's like, I think about that sometimes. Morgan Freeman's like, yeah, I'm going to sleep now, Will.
Boy.
It's good though, seriously.
It won some Academy Awards.
I was just getting ready to say that.
Best Picture.
Clint
Eastwood.
Best Director. Best Supporting Actor.
Gene Hackman.
Best Film Editing, which is an unsung hero of the film business. You gotta have a fucking good editor.
Yeah, boy.
To cut these movies together, or else, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Like they say, the movie's made 3 times.
I know about that because of my fucking, I edit my own videos, my vlog. It just came out. Hey, everybody, go check it out. It's on YouTube now. It's the last one, the final one of the whole thing. But anyways, back to the movie. I just got to plug it,
Plug. But no, they say a movie's made 3 times. The first time is when they write the script. The second time is when they film the movie. And the third time you make a movie is in the editing. Like the editing phase.
Yeah.
Famously, I'm a Star Wars fan. Famously, though, the first cut of the first Star Wars movies was trash. And George Lucas's wife and some other people helped edit the movie into what it was. It almost wasn't like that. Anyway, I'm just saying, show some fucking love for the editors, because editing ain't no walk in the park, sweetheart.
Nah, man, nah.
But did you see where Clint Eastwood lost Best Actor to Al Pacino?
Nuh-uh.
Yeah. Fucking Michael Corleone.
Pacino in what?
A movie called A Scent of a Woman. Never seen it.
Ooh-ah.
Yeah, maybe that's the movie he did that
I think that is,
maybe.
But I never seen it.
And randomly, the film was the third Western to win Best Picture. Dances with Wolves was one of the other ones. With old Kevin Costner.
I feel like Westerns are coming back, you know what I mean?
You think so?
There's been some good ones.
I don't know. I still haven't watched True Grit yet. I gotta watch that.
True Grit is good.
Jeff Bridges.
It's fun.
I'm down.
What about
dude.
310 to Yuma? You seen that one?
Yeah, with I rented it a long time ago. Russell Crowe,
Christian Bale.
Yeah, that's not bad.
I've seen some other ones. I can't remember exactly which, but Buster Scruggs was fun. That one, Coen Brothers. It's like a bunch of mini stories, kind of. It's on Netflix. It's really good.
Like, I kind of want to go back after watching this and watch some of Clint's older westerns, like The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I remember vaguely seeing one called, I think it's called like 3 Mules for Sister Sarah on TV. It was good, but there's like a whole trilogy he did, and then also I want to watch like his Dirty Harry movies. Like, I've seen part of one where he like goes into his, like, every morning he goes to like the coffee shop and he's getting his coffee, but the coffee shop is getting robbed, and he's a cop.
Yeah.
And so, but they're in the middle of a robbery when he comes in and he's getting a coffee, and like the lady who makes his coffee dumps a bunch of sugar into it to like get his attention, but he just doesn't recognize it until he drinks the coffee later, and he's like, this coffee's fucked up. Something's wrong. What? And then that's where the do you feel lucky?
Punk.
Make my day. That's where that came from.
Make my day.
Dirty Harry, that. Ed, you sounded like Dirty Harry.
I don't know a whole lot of Clint Eastwood. I did watch that Gran Torino movie.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I think I've seen parts of Good, Bad, and Ugly. Other than that, I don't really know.
The script for the movie in 2013 was inducted to the not inducted. That's my next note.
You're skipping
but,
notes.
They ranked the script for this movie as the 30th greatest script ever written as of 2013.
Really?
That's like not a bad accolade to have.
Yeah, how do they judge that though? That's like seems subjective.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's the Writers
Maybe
Guild
it's
of America.
the top writers.
It's almost like the Writers Guild of America chose it. So if you like, well, I was gonna say that's like voting like players to the Pro Bowl or some shit, like sports wise. I don't know. But it was in 2004. It was inducted to the National Film Registry. Like
that
for
thing.
The president. Yeah, we've watched like a few movies that have gotten inducted to
Lebowski.
that. Lebowski was one.
I think that's when you brought that
up.
Like
Ferris Bueller was one.
Bueller.
Yeah. Which is cool.
That's cool.
It's got Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, Morgan Freeman. Always loved that guy. Who doesn't love that guy?
Gene Hackman.
Gene Hackman was amazing in this movie. I thought he was fucking great.
Yeah, he was crazy as fuck.
I thought acting-wise, I thought he was the best actor in the movie, to be honest.
I would say you have a solid argument for that.
Yeah, we're in, Wyoming, 1880?
1880s, yeah. 1887, I think, is when it says it takes place.
Yeah, you open up with a guy just slicing into some bitch.
Yeah, at a whorehouse. Yeah. Well, it's like above a saloon.
Uh-huh.
Prostitute was like a real job back in the day. Like they worked with the bar owner anyway. Like, yeah, these cowboys, they cut one of the prostitutes up. They cut her face up and her body.
Tits,
as the guy says in the movie. They even cut her teats.
They cut out her eyes.
Just imagine like Clint Eastwood behind the camera. He's like, I don't know. Don't say tits this time. Say teats. And you're like, okay, Clint, fine, dude. Whatever the fuck you want.
Udders.
So
sliced up her udders.
So the whole thing that gets the movie going is she gets cut up, and all the ladies of the night,
whores. I'll say it. No,
they like pool their money together. Because, so basically Gene Hackman is the sheriff of this town, and he didn't punish the guys who cut her up.
Yeah.
He really didn't do shit.
He made them give them horses or something.
Yeah, he didn't even slap their wrist. He was just like...
yeah, he was about to whip them, but didn't.
But then he chose not to. So Gene Hackman is the sheriff of this town. He didn't do anything, so the ladies pulled all their money together to put out a bounty.
Put a bounty on his head.
Put a bounty on two of these guys.
Yeah, them two.
And so... somebody who's wanting to pick up the bounty finds Clint Eastwood, who is like a retired Old West legendary guy.
Yeah,
he was a bad dude,
but he's
been like 10 years since he did anything.
He went straight a long time ago.
He met a good woman, and she got him on the straight and narrow. He stopped drinking, and they had a family. Now he works on a farm.
And she died.
She died on a Tuesday. I put you under a tree. Oh, wait, that's a different movie. But the same
didn't
movie.
she freaking...
She's under a tree.
Didn't the lady of the night... Because she laughed at his tiny dick. That's what they said?
Yeah, that's what got her cut up.
Don't skip over that part.
They were like, she's new. She didn't know any better. It's like,
she laughed at his dick.
It's like trade secrets to not laugh, apparently. So she's like... She didn't know any better. She's yelling at Gene Hackman because he had a tiny dick, and she's like, she didn't know any better.
Yeah, that's why
the guy got mad and cut her up.
Oh man, that's brutal.
Yeah.
So and then the guy comes through. He's looking for a partner to go get this money.
Yeah, he finds Clint Eastwood, who's long since retired from the killing business.
Yeah.
He's a farmer. He's got some kids now.
And his pigs have the flu or something.
Yeah, things aren't going well.
Yeah, not particularly.
Things are going actually pretty bad for him. So this guy comes along. I forget the money that it is, but it's a lot of money.
It was $1,000.
Which is a lot for back then.
Yeah, 1880.
So he needs money to like either get some new livestock or just in general money for his kids. So he thinks about it. He tells the guy no. He's like, well, you can find me down the road. And he thinks about it. Then he gets his guns out and starts shooting, and he can't hit anything at first.
He's all rough.
He's rusty.
Rusty.
He can't ride his horse. He can't ride his horse. He can't shoot. Like, he's not very good right now, and he's going to go try and collect this bounty to get money for his family.
Right. And then he has to partner up with Morgan Freeman,
which was
his old buddy.
His best friend, pretty much, from back in the day.
Who lives, what, close to him?
Sort of close, yeah. I don't know how far. But, yeah, he's got like a Native American wife. He's doing all right.
Oh, yeah.
And she doesn't like Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, she gave him a stare or something.
She gave me the evil eye.
The evil eye.
She thinks of me and thinks about all the wrong I did when I was younger. I ain't that guy anymore. And he was like, you remember when I shot that guy and his teeth went back? He just like cuts into that. Every time you cut to Clint Eastwood, he's just like staring at the fire.
Yeah.
You know that's what he's thinking. You're like, he's thinking every time.
I thought some of his acting was kind of cheesy and shit.
It was but I don't know. It did. I mean, some of the things I felt that a little bit, but
yeah,
it didn't take away.
It didn't. Yeah, impede.
It's
on
almost
the movie
like
too much.
Well, like part of the movie is kind of like it changes some of those old Western tropes a little bit. Maybe he was, a little, because you even have in the movie, you even have a guy who's there trying to write Western movies. He's hanging out with Gene Hackman. He's hanging out with the other guy,
biographer,
trying to write, and he's like asking him shit. Like even later on in the movie, he's like everything like Clint Eastwood is saying, like he's like remembering to write down. He's like, I guess hell comes for us all, or whatever the fuck. He's like, oh shit, that's a good line. And he's like writing it down.
That.
He's like, I'm gonna remember that. He's like, who did you shoot first?
Right.
He's like, well, I reckon I got lucky in the shots. He's like, okay, but if you were gonna shoot somebody first, who would it be? He's like, I'll tell you who's gonna be last. And he points the gun at the guy.
That was fun.
He's like, I'm going.
Yeah. So it was like, it was English Bob and the biographer who show up to this town ready to kill.
The same town. He's coming to take up the bounty.
Right.
He's like a known assassin.
Little Bill is Gene Hackman, right?
Yeah, Little Bill.
I just think of the little black kid, the cartoon Little Bill.
Little Bill, shout out. Shout out to like early 2000s development, fucking TV programming. Yeah, the animation style was different on that show.
It was weird.
Yeah,
it was almost like cardboard, like South Park, but like different.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Little Bill, he was fun.
This is a totally different Little Bill.
He's not so little.
Yeah, he's crazy Gene Hackman.
They know each other, him and English Bob from back in the day or whatever. And he has to take his guns because there's no guns allowed in, what's this place called again?
I forget.
Big whiskey, something like that.
Something.
And he beats his ass too.
Yeah, he disarms him. He has like everybody point his whole police force pointing guns at English Bill, and he disarms them and then proceeds to like beat the crap out of him.
Yeah, and locks
in front
him
of
up.
the whole town. And then he's got that biographer writing down all the stuff, writing down the stories, and then that's where we got a scene here.
Yeah,
is when Gene Hackman has English Bob locked up, and he's
my favorite.
He starts telling him all the shit he did, and Gene Hackman's like, "That's not how it went.
That's not how it went down."
And then throughout the movie, he starts being like, "Are you getting this?"
Yeah.
He's like following him around, he starts writing the shit that Gene Hackman's saying instead, following him around.
They didn't kill that guy, right? They just let him go.
Yeah, he watched the whole thing.
All right, here we go. Cutting to the clip. Dude's in jail, and English Bob's in jail. Little Bill is explaining what really happened because he told the story.
And then they tell their friends, and then they tell their friends, and so on.
Not responding. Oh boy. It'll catch up one of these days.
There it goes.
You have insulted the honor of this beautiful woman, Corcoran.
Did the duck?
Oh, wait. Nope, this is the
You
wrong
must
scene.
apologize.
Pause.
No,
Wait, what is it then?
I don't know.
Wait, who's in?
He's in the jail cell. Oh, where he's reading the book. He's telling him.
Oh,
this
so
isn't-
Gene Hackman is reading the book that the biographer wrote about English Bob, right? And
Yeah.
he's like picking it apart.
Yeah.
He's like, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll watch it.
But Two-Gun Corcoran would have none of it. And cursing, he reached for his pistols and would have killed him. But the duck was faster.
The duck.
And hot
keeps
lad
calling
blazed from his smoking
duck.
6 guns.
Yeah, he keeps calling him the duck.
See, I consider that to be an accurate depiction of the events, albeit, all right, there is a certain poetry to the language which I couldn't resist.
Mr. Beauchamp, I was in the Blue Bottle Saloon
In Wichita the night that English Bob killed Corky Corcoran. I didn't see you there. No woman. No two-gun shooters. But none of this.
You were there?
Yeah, I was there. First off, Corky never carried 2 guns. Oh, he should have.
No, he was called Two-Gun Corcoran.
Yeah, well, a lot of folks did call him 2-gun. But that wasn't because he was sporting 2 pistols. That was because he had a dick that was so big, it was longer than the barrel on that Walker Colt that he carried. And the only insulting he ever did was stick that thing of his into this French lady that English Bob here was kind of sweet on. You see, the night that Corky walked into the Blue Bottle, before he knows what's happening, Bob here takes a shot at him. And he misses because he's so damn drunk. And that bullet whizzing by panicked old Corky. And he did the wrong thing. He went for his gun in such a hurry, he shot his own damn toe off. Meantime, Bob here, he's aiming real good, and he squeezes off another. But he misses, because he's still so damn drunk, and he hits this $1,000 mirror up over the bar. But now, the duck of death is as good as dead.
I love
Because
how
Corky does it right.
he just is dismissing
He's real careful.
anything that
No hurry.
dude claims to be.
Bam! The Walker Colt blew up in his hand, which was a failing common to that model. You see, if old Corky had 2 guns instead of just a big dick, he would have been there right to the end to defend himself.
Wait a minute, you mean that English Bob killed him when he didn't even have...
Well, old Bob wasn't going to wait for Corky to grow a new hand. No, he just walked over there real slow. Because he was drunk. Shot him right through the liver.
So yeah.
So whenever I started screen grabbing the scene, I set the phone down, right?
Yeah, you didn't pay attention to
I
it.
thought this was like a different scene.
Well-
the one where the writer's out of the cell and he's writing down the shit.
Yeah.
And he's like, I was just making a joke. He makes a joke about his carpentry skills or some shit. Or no, it was, I'm getting confused. But anyway, he's like, go ahead and pick up the gun.
Yeah, right.
Pick up the gun.
He
And
basically
he hands the
gives
gun to him and shit. Yeah, it's like real intense.
But still, even that scene
was a good
is
scene.
fucking great.
it was a good scene.
Because I just love how Gene
Hackman chews up the scenes.
He's got some funny in there, and he's just
also
like
fucking
shitting on the other guy, just subtly, like.
Well, he's like,
it's just great.
Well, like, and then later he's friendly, but then he's menacing to the guy. Like, where you don't know, is he like waiting?
The biographer.
Yeah, is he about to shoot him? You don't really know. While I was watching it, I was like, he could, because he's crazy. You've seen him be crazy already. He might just fucking shoot this guy.
Right.
And then then he gave the gun to English Bob, and English Bob was like, "No, I'm good. I'm good."
Yeah.
And it had like broken up bullets instead, like bent bullets, which I think would have, in turn, like when he pulled the trigger to shoot him, it would have fucked the gun up and killed him.
They bent the barrel to aim towards him.
Yeah,
right?
something like, or some shit.
That's what it looked like to me. He like bent the barrel at
He's like, it would have killed you, Bob.
180 degrees.
Saw me. He's like, it would have killed you, Bob. Blah, blah, blah. But, so you got Morgan Freeman, Clint Eastwood, and then some kid who the whole time has been fronting like he's an assassin, but you slowly over the course of the movie find out that he's partially blind. He can't see any further than 50 yards away, and he's never killed anybody.
Right.
He's acting like he has, but Morgan Freeman and Clint are like, this fucking dude hasn't killed. I
killed 5 people
already. He's like, whoa, you see that eagle up there? Morgan Freeman, they're on the horses, and Morgan Freeman's trying to expose them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like, man, it's a big eagle up there. And that guy's like, yeah, he's like, I wonder if I could shoot it. He's like, I wouldn't even waste a bullet on it. And he's like, there's no eagle up there.
Caught
he's
you
like,
in
how
a
far
lie,
can you
bitch.
see? How far can you see?
Caught him in a lie.
He's like, he can't see more than 50 yards. He's like, I could see 50 yards. He's getting all shitty about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah.
They make it to Big Whiskey.
They get thrown out.
Yeah.
Clint Eastwood gets beat up by Gene Hackman.
Right. And the other guys escape out the window.
Yep.
And then
they hide out. But they still go after the bounty.
Right.
Along the way, Morgan Freeman realizes he's not that guy anymore. He can't kill anymore. Morgan Freeman realizes he can't
That's true.
shoot anybody anymore.
Oh,
so
yeah.
he shuts down.
That part.
Yeah. Well, they ride out after Clint's
Well, they have
healed.
to nurse him back to health.
Yeah, he
too,
gets beat up really bad.
Beat up pretty bad.
They nurse him back to health.
And then, yeah, they freaking open fire on those guys down there. They had the high ground.
Yeah, which we all know the high ground's important. Just ask Anakin.
And Freeman couldn't do it, huh? Ned.
No, Ned couldn't kill him anymore, so he gives the gun to Clint.
Yeah, and he ends up misses a couple.
But he wounds him enough. He wounds him enough to where that guy was going to die a slow painful death. And he's like, the guy who gets shot, he's crawled over. He's like, I'm thirsty. Give
him some water, damn it.
Yeah, even Clint's like, give him some water, damn it.
We're not going to shoot.
Yeah, they call truce.
I know, it kind of seems like,
because he feels bad that he shot the guy.
If you were kids and you're like, time out.
Yeah, time out, I'm thirsty.
Time out, I'm going to get some water.
That's where, they actually make it he feels bad that he shot the guy.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, it's not just like bam, bam, bam. He's like, no, I feel bad. And I didn't. He's like, I shot him and it wasn't a kill shot. Now I feel bad. But the guy does eventually bleed out and die. Morgan Freeman says, I'm out.
Yeah,
he's like, I can't do this anymore. I'm going to ride out. And then Clint and the kid, the Schofield kid. He's like, why do they call you that, kid? He's like, 'cause you're from Schofield? He's like, nah, it's 'cause my Schofield revolver, or whatever the fuck. He's like, okay. I just love Clint Eastwood.
They're staking out this house, and they're waiting for a dude to go take a shit,
which is smart.
Of course,
which
you gotta go. You gotta shit sometime.
This guy is heavily guarded. The guy who cut up the lady of the night. What did you call him?
Horse.
Yeah. That was a job title back then. Let's be honest.
Piccadilly whore.
They're waiting for this guy to come out and take a shit so they can ambush him while he's on the crapper, which is a smart tactic.
The crapper.
And he eventually does, but they wait so long. Somebody sees it. The group sees him shooting.
Yeah,
him,
that big guy comes up,
and then it's like a brief shootout.
And he's standing there. He opens the door to the outhouse, and he's standing there for a minute, he's nervous to do it or whatever.
Yeah, because he's not. But
then he finally does. He caps him. He gives him 3
times.
shots.
He's real proud about. Well, the funny thing that made me laugh when I watched it was Clint gave him, because he's having a hard time getting back on his horse to ride away, and he gives the kid the gun. He's like, shoot at him. He's like, I can't see him. You know what I mean? He's like, just shoot, damn it. You know what I mean? Because the kid's blind.
Fucking A.
So he's on a mission with a blind kid. And he's rusty as hell.
Mm-hmm.
He can barely get on his horse, and he just gives the gun. He's like, I can't see them. He's like, just shoot, damn it. And he does. And then
they get away.
They get back to town, and they're waiting for one of the ladies to come up and get him with the payment. And while they're waiting, the Schofield kid, he's like downing some whiskey.
Yeah.
Like something.
He reveals that it was his first ever kill.
And he didn't like the fact that he killed him. He felt bad.
Yeah. He wanted to give him his gun, huh?
Yeah, he's like, I'm never going to kill again. He's like, well, at first he's like, yeah, I shot him. He's like, yeah, you did. He's like,
you shot him real good.
He's like, I shot him 3 times. I shot him. I'm so proud of myself.
Trying to laugh it off.
I shot him, didn't I? He's like,
you sure did.
He's like, I guess you did. He says, I guess a lot in the movie. He's like, I guess so.
I guess.
Yeah, I should have looked up and seen how many times he says, I guess so in Unforgiven. You're like, what do you think about that, Clint? He's like, I guess so. And you're like, hey, Clint. And you're like, I guess. Like a lot of the movie says that.
I guess.
Well, we skipped over the fact real quick that when Ned decided he wasn't a killer anymore, he didn't kill anybody. He didn't even shoot anybody.
And he
rides away. He gets picked up by Gene Hackman's henchmen.
Right. That's what happens whenever they're waiting for the chick outside of town or whatever.
Yeah.
She tells him
that Ned had been picked up by Gene Hackman and his goons.
Whipped and murdered.
Whipped and beaten to death. And then they have his body displayed in a casket outside the saloon. And you got to remember, so throughout the movie, they've been sprinkling in bits and pieces of Clint Eastwood's character's legend from before he, went straight. He's like, is it true that you did this? And you know what I mean? He's like, I guess so. You know what I mean? Like, but throughout the movie, you learn more and more about Clint Eastwood's character killed women and children. You know what I mean? He was
women and children first.
He was like a stone cold killer who was like an alcoholic. He used to get fucked up on whiskey and just straight murder people all the time.
Yeah.
And so he hasn't had a drink in 10 years or killed anybody in 10 years.
Yeah.
And they find out that they killed Ned. He finds out that Gene Hackman killed Ned.
Ned Flanders.
And he's like, to the Schofield kid who's been on the ground at the tree drinking the bottle, he's like, give me the bottle. And you're like, oh shit. He's like, Clint Eastwood hammers a bit of whiskey. And he's like, give me your gun.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know. He's like, I said, give it to me. And he's like, oh shit. Gives him the gun. And then it's like one of the, Clint Eastwood just goes full on fucking badass.
Yeah, he has got to go kill Bill.
He kills all kinds of people.
Yeah. He said a line he should have armed himself if he was going to decorate his saloon with my friend.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, that was deep.
That was a fucking... he goes into the saloon where Gene Hackman and his goons are celebrating and they're prepping to go chase them down. They're having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
And then lightning strikes, and then Clint Eastwood's in there, and everybody turns. It all slows down, and everybody turns.
Right.
And he's got his gun. He's like, "Who owns this shithole?"
Yeah, he kills that guy first.
Yeah, he gets the owner of the bar. And he's like, "I reckon it's time you get out of here." But then he shoots him, and then that line.
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah." He was talking about the owner of the bar.
He should have armed himself if he was going to decorate his saloon with my friend.
Which was Morgan Freeman outside dead.
So he basically kills everyone. The biographer's left.
Yeah. He's drinking whiskey while he's doing it. He blows Gene Hackman away at point blank range.
Bill is still kind of alive after all of it.
At first. Yeah, he's still alive, but...
And then, he kills Bill.
Yep. He killed Bill way before Uma Thurman did.
Oh, and he tells him, bury Ned right, or I'll come back and kill all you sons of bitches.
I know.
That was cool.
Dude, it's such a badass display. It's nobody fucked with him. He was like, I'm coming out, and if any of you shoot me, I won't just kill you. I'll kill your family. I'll kill your friends. I'll kill all you sons of bitches. And he's just able just to get on his horse and ride out like nobody fucked with him.
Yeah.
He fucking went...
I don't think the townspeople really liked Little Bill.
No, they didn't like him. He was too extreme.
Yeah.
They always cut to shots of the townsfolk looking unsettled when he was going out of his way to be a fucking asshole.
Uh-huh.
They didn't like it too much. And they all made fun of him that he couldn't build a house. But they're all too afraid to say anything to him for fear of getting killed. Like when the rider's at Bill's house and they're talking, it's like all the roof is leaking, it's raining.
Oh, yeah.
It's like leaking everywhere. He's like, yeah, something I would have fucking something the carpenter or something like that. And he's like, what'd you say?
He gets offended.
He gets all super shitty. He's about to kill this guy.
Like, yeah, he turns on a dime.
Because he was a stone cold killer back in the day too. And then, so he's
they all
really
kind
not
of
any
were.
better, yeah.
Clint and Morgan Freeman and
old Clint rides out
English
of town.
Bob. You know, Lil Bill, and what's Clint's name? William. It's the same name. They're both Bill.
Yeah. A couple of Bills. There's only room for one Bill.
This town's not big enough for two Bills.
It's not big enough.
Yeah, that's basically that movie.
Basically the whole thing.
I really did enjoy this movie.
You got 2 hours and 10 minutes to kill over the weekend. Check it out.
First time checking it out. I have been into westerns.
We should should we ever put like a disclaimer before these? Like before you listen to us talk about it, go watch the movie.
Yeah, you could. I mean, you should.
People should watch these first,
unless you
if
don't
at all
mind
possible.
it being spoiled.
Yeah, some people don't. Like my buddy at work, fucking Eric. You're like, hey man, we went and seen this movie. He's like, I don't want to tell. He's like, I don't give a fuck. He's like, I'm never gonna. All right. So you just tell him the whole movie.
For some movies like that,
Like, he just doesn't
I
give a
do that
fuck.
too. I'm like,
He's like, I don't fucking.
go ahead and spoil it.
He's like, I'm probably never gonna watch that. Go ahead and say whatever about it.
Like going back to my that Lamb movie, that's one that I don't want to spoil. If you ever get around to watching it,
Okay.
I think it's a good watch.
Noted.
And it's kind of like how being John Malkovich, I didn't want you to know too much before going into it. I kind of wanted you to just
You son of a bitch.
that movie's awesome. But anyways,
5 minutes in, I'm like, what? Is Kevin mad at me? Like, what did I do?
the movie's great.
There's like a puppeteer thing happening.
Yeah.
It was a good movie, though.
Cusack.
I'll give it that.
All right, we'll take a quick break.
Well, real quick, what we gonna rate it?
We didn't rate it.
You gotta rate it.
I think I'm going to go 7.
I'll go 7.
7.
I'll go 7. I would go like 7.3, but I mean,
I could see that.
it's like it's pretty decent.
I feel like we have a lot of 6 and 7s and 8s maybe. But,
yeah, it's pretty good. Definitely check it out. 7's higher than it sounds.
I know, it is
7
right.
out of 10. There's only realistically 2 more levels to go after 7 because nothing's going to really be a 10. So you're really 9.
Yeah.
And you're going 7. There's only 8 and 9. Like 7 means it's good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
7's pretty damn
7's
good.
like a pretty good score for us to give.
Yeah.
These movies, we do get like a lot of 6s and 7s, but you're like, oh, 6 and 7, that's probably not that good. But it's like, no, really, you name one what movie's a 10?
Yeah, I don't
so
know.
You're like 9, so really 7's damn near as good as you can get.
Yeah.
It's a
I think
solid
There Will Be
movie.
Blood is as close to 10
That
as
would be
I've
a
ever
9.
been.
Did we go 9s on that?
I went 9.5.
I think I may have went 9 at least on that.
I think
I was
you
just
did.
talking about that movie earlier today.
Yeah. Good
how
shit.
crazy Daniel Day-Lewis is.
That was sure. All right.
Yeah. Did him and Clint Eastwood ever have a movie together?
I don't think so.
Man.
Why, you think it'll be
That
good?
would have been dope. You'd get like good old Clint Eastwood and fucking Daniel Day-Lewis together for There Will Be Blood 2.
2.
It's like it'd have to take place before the time skip to the end.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Before the very end of the movie, there's like that time skip.
A little gap.
Yeah, that's where you make this movie in. It's where you make that movie.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Back in a jiffy. Don't go saddling up your horses just yet. And we're back from outer space. And we're going to get right into this movie. Wah, Blazing Saddles.
Saddles in your face.
1974 comedy western.
Satire.
Satire Mel Brooks. We got an 88% tomato meter and a 91% audience score.
Nice.
Pretty good.
I didn't know Richard Pryor has a writing credit on this movie.
I know, right?
He was one of the people they were wanting to cast as Bart, the sheriff.
Right. I was like, why is put Pryor there?
Well, because
Pryor and Gene Wilder did movies together.
Well, at the time, he had like some bad press for being like out of control on drugs.
Oh, that's okay.
So the movie studios wouldn't finance it with Richard Pryor attached. They were like, he's too out of control. Yeah, but he stayed on as a writer and got a writing credit. Also,
but this guy was great, Cleavon Little.
Yeah, real quick, somebody else who was considered. You mentioned his name earlier.
Did I?
James Earl Jones. Yep. The voice of Darth Vader and the blind guy from The Sandlot.
Yeah, that's where I was going.
Yeah, classic.
Yeah,
he was also considered.
Voice.
Yeah, they got Cleavon.
Could you imagine him? Where all the white women at?
Where all the white women at? Yeah. You can't physically go as low
I know.
as James Earl Jones.
What is that called?
Like
Baritone?
I think they may have like studied his voice to create like bass itself. You know what I mean? They're like
he was also Mufasa.
Recreate it. That's true. He was. Shout out.
Can't forget that.
Shout out. Scar. Brother.
What do I got for a tagline? Never give a saga an even break. I don't know what that means, but that's all. That's the one. That's the one I found. Yeah.
That's an odd tag. Look,
I think there was another secondary one, but I forget what it was. I didn't write it down.
But, other main character, Gene Wilder. You know him best probably as Willy Wonka.
Of course.
From Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Young Frankenstein.
Haven't seen it. I want to, though.
It's
and
great.
I also want to see some of the movies with him and Richard Pryor, like See No Evil, Hear No Evil.
Yeah.
I seen the cover box where I looked at it, and it just looks funny from the box.
Dude, for some reason, my kids, when they were really little, they really got into Young Frankenstein. Dude.
Really?
Yeah, they were all about it. They also liked, Spaceballs and shit like that, too.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think they might have seen that movie before I did.
Yeah. They're like, hey, Dad,
but
check
then I
this
ended
out.
up watching it one time with them, and I was like, this shit's funny as
pretty
hell.
good.
It's good, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
And I think that's one of the notes on here.
I've seen, like, bits of it, like, just throughout pop culture, but...
Yeah, that's one of my notes. Gene Wilder pitched Young Frankenstein to Mel Brooks during one of the day on the set or whatever.
Nice. Also random...
Which was his next film.
Which also, like, random inspiration things that I can relate to. Mel Brooks thought of the name Blazing Saddles while he was taking a shower one morning. No. You get some good ideas while you're in the shower, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I got, like, a little window in my bathroom, you know what I mean? It's, like, kind of, like, fog, like, you can't really see out of it, but
right.
I'd be looking at it while I'm taking a shower just thinking about shit. And one day, Mel Brooks was taking a shower, and he was like, Blazing Saddles. That's the name of the movie, because they couldn't really come up with a good name for a while.
I thought they had some other working titles or something, right?
And then one day, he was like, Blazing Saddles, boom,
that's
done.
it.
Print it. Cut the check.
There's a guy named Slim Pickens, one of the actors.
Yeah, I seen that.
That's a hell of a name.
That is like a crazy fucking name. Slim Pickens.
Mel Brooks is also in it, and the guy from the Big Lebowski, the guy in the wheelchair. He's
for real?
Yeah, he's like the mayor or something.
That's him?
Yeah, shit. Yeah. Look it up.
That's crazy.
Give it a goog.
Give it a nice goog. I thought was interesting sidebar thing that I thought was cool that ties into nothing related to Blazing Saddles at all, but Cleavon Little's sister.
Cleavon Little sister.
Cleavon Little's little sister. I don't know if it's his little sister or not. Anyway. She sang lead vocals on the song from Rocky called Gonna Fly Now, which you probably haven't seen Rocky, but I guess apparently it was a chart-topping song at the time.
Oh.
Gotta fly
one of them
now.
chart toppers.
While Rocky's training, he's running and shit, running up the stairs. She's singing in that song. That's his sister. There you go.
What's her name? Do you know?
Dieta Little West.
Oh, never heard of it.
So she married a guy. Her name was Dieta Little, and then she married a guy,
Adam West.
Adam West. Maybe it was him before he became mayor.
Is there any other Wests? Billy West. Is that a person?
I don't know.
Anyways, you start off, and there's a ton of racial slurs right off the bat.
Yeah, right off the bat.
You got some for Chinese people, some for black people, some for gay people.
Nobody's safe.
Nobody's safe.
And this is 1974.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this, they probably wouldn't be able to make this movie today.
No,
They
not
have
with
a very
this kind
hard
of language.
time talking about it with like the cancel culture climate and people just being more sensitive than they were, which is whatever.
Right.
But you still have this, and the fact that you said like the scores were so good, and whenever I was looking it up, like for YouTube clips, I seen a lot of different ethnic people, watching it and giving reactions, and it looked like they were enjoying it. Like all the thumbnails on YouTube, people were laughing.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you watch the movie,
people can take jokes.
it's funny, and it's making fun of all the stupid racism.
Yeah.
That's at its heart.
A whole nother layer.
Yeah,
of
it's making fun of racism.
exactly.
And so, but yeah.
Yeah.
If words trigger you, probably don't watch this movie. Basically.
All these little pussies today. All these snowflakes. What do they call?
Kevin's views do not represent the views of us at
All these
Distorted
little
Minds Podcast.
You people are soft.
Send your hate mail to
Distorted Minds at distortedmindspod at gmail.com.
I was gonna make up a fake one, but you're like, no, seriously,
No,
email
send
us.
it. I wanna hear it. So they're working on the railroad. They send the two black guys on the little, what do you call it, the push cart?
Yeah, you've all seen it. Like, it's like they're to get down. They're taking. It's like a
hand cart
like
in a railroad,
like a seesaw thing on a railroad back in the day. That had to suck though if you had to travel that way.
It doesn't look.
But really,
horrible.
at the time, you wouldn't have known any better. That may have been towards the peak of travel at the time. You're like, dude,
beats walking.
beats riding a horse. Like, maybe if you get lucky, you'll like find like a downhill area. You just give it a couple, seesaws,
of good thrusts,
and then you can just like hang out and just like ride,
cruise,
fucking cruise it.
That's like, what was that, like Donkey Kong Country? They had that level where you're just going down the minecart and like jumping off shit.
Yeah, kind of like that. You're just hanging out, and then that would suck though if you got to go uphill.
Yeah,
fuck.
Yeah, you're gonna
you'd
wear
always
your
be
back out, bro.
You'd always be in incredible shape. Like it's a constant workout. You just be shredded. You'd be fucking yoked, bro.
I got terrible posture already. I can't imagine going up and down on the cart like this.
And like the guy, if it was like me and you doing it,
yeah,
I like start slacking though, and you got to like pick up the slack.
Come on, motherfucker!
You're like getting mad at me. I'm like, I'm getting pretty tired. That would suck. We only got about 35 more miles to go. Maybe it wasn't the peak of transportation at the time, but maybe it could have beat walking under the circumstances.
Yeah, so they go off on that. They end up in quicksand, and when they come to rescue, they end up rescuing the cart and not them.
Not the cart.
Not the guys.
So fucking crazy.
And then he ends up they end up getting out, and he like hits the guy in the head with a shovel, and that's why they arrest him or whatever.
That's why he goes to jail.
They get ready to hang him and shit.
Well, he's like, when you get to that scene, the guy he's like, see if I can speed it up, and he yells down to the guy, like the executioner guy.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm booked up all the way until Monday. He's all fucking deformed looking and shit. He's all fucked up.
Yeah, he's hanging people in wheelchairs. And then the horse and shit.
Yes. It's fucking ridiculous. He's like, it'll have to be Monday. I'm booked. He's like,
I'm all booked up.
He's like, all right then. He's like, see, it's done. There's a lot of like meta jokes in it.
Yeah, breaking the fourth wall,
which I was not expecting. A lot of fourth wall breaking jokes in there.
They so what these guys need to like get these people off this land so they can build a railroad through it.
Yep.
And so they're trying to. They think like what would get these people out. So they end up, they're like, what if we appoint a black sheriff to this town? That'll drive the people out, surely.
And that's Cleavon.
Right.
Bart, who's playing Bart.
Yep.
So he likes being sheriff so far.
Yeah.
He's trying to do a good job. And then,
welcome mat, whenever he's first getting there, you got the guy up on the roof, like, staring out with the monocular or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And he tries to tell them that he's an N-word. And he ends up showing up. The welcome banner rolls up. He walks up and, like, rolls it back down. And
he's great.
Yeah, the whole town is just shocked to see a black sheriff.
Yeah, they're super racist. And then he's, like, trying to do good, and then he meets Gene Wilder, right?
Yeah.
He's hammered drunk. He's in the cell. He's hammered drunk, arrested.
Yeah, when he finally gets to the sheriff's office,
he meets him,
and they hit it off.
Yeah, Gene Wilder's character was like an old, famous gunslinger for being like real quick.
Yeah,
and he's like, he does the whole thing where he's like try to grab it. What the fuck? Yeah, he doesn't move, but it's gone. He's like, because he's that quick.
Yeah,
he's super quick.
They were playing chess or something. Mm-hmm. Chess pieces. But there's like there's a part where like them other guys come in and terrorize the town real quick. You see the guy like beating up the old lady and shit. And then like, the guy that was in the shower, he's all exposed. That type of shit.
This movie's random as fuck.
I thought beating up the old lady was pretty funny. Yeah. Mel Brooks is like the governor. He's all cross-eyed and
he plays the governor and he plays the chief, the Indian chief
with
he's like
crazy
a Jewish accent and like
I love that,
using like Jewish slang and stuff like that.
Yeah. He's all cross-eyed and he can't hit the paddle ball and shit. He's in his underwear. He's staring at tits. I don't know where I'm at.
Oh, well, like a production thing I got is Mel Brooks had to do some fighting to get this movie made. Understandably, like the movie studio was like, we don't know about this, but he had like a thing in his contract that gave him final creative control. Mel Brooks did. So
nice.
In his contract, legally, the movie studios couldn't do anything to change what he was going to do, because it's in his contract. He has final creative control over what he's doing. So the movie studio was like, fuck it, we'll just put it out and fucking dump it and get rid of it. But then the movie ended up making a shitload of money, which I forgot to do at the beginning. I don't think I gave the numbers it did. It had a budget of $2.9 million. Jack. How much money do you think it made?
Oh, fuck. I don't know.
Put you on the spot. Put you on the spot.
I don't know. I give up.
That's one way to do it. It made $119 million in 1974 money, or maybe it's been adjusted for inflation. I'm not sure. Don't take it to the bank, but it made a fuckload of money. In the United States and Canada.
More profit than the other movie, right?
In the United States and Canada. It also was inducted to the National Film Registry in the Library of Congress. Another movie, so that's 2.
Oh, shit.
Yep.
There you go. It's in there.
It got nominated for a couple of Academy Awards. And is ranked number 6 on the American Film Institute's 100 Years, 100 Laughs. They didn't really think of, like, that's the best they could come up with. Like,
100 years.
100 years. 100 laughs.
What does that even mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so like when he does show up straight, the first time to the town, and it was like everybody pulled their gun on him and shit. But then he ended up pulling the gun on himself and like fooling everybody. He's like, he'll do it. And he's like, put your guns down. He's serious and shit like that. And that's how he ends up going into the sheriff's office and meeting homeboy.
Speaking of meeting Gene Wilder as the Waco Kid, John Wayne was contacted to play the Waco Kid, but he was like, nah.
I read that.
He's like, nah, it's too aggressive for me, basically.
Too silly.
Yeah, well, it's too, what word did he use? It's too blue, maybe?
Didn't he like the script, though? He thought it was funny.
Maybe. I didn't read that part, but he turned it down. Because he has a family, he had an image to protect.
Right, sure. I think he thought it was funny, but it was like not for him and shit. That was my understanding, but I don't know.
Take your word for it.
This thing is gonna explode. That's all right. We can keep going.
Another guy was brought in. His name was Gig Young, but he collapsed during his first scene from alcohol syndrome withdrawal. I read that backwards because I'm fucking slightly
dyslexic.
Yeah, alcohol withdrawal syndrome. And then they flew in Gene Wilder. Boom, saved the day. That's what happened.
This is a funny line from when he meets Gene Wilder. He asked him, what do you like to do? Oh, I like to play chess. Screw. He's like, let's play chess.
Yeah, when he's meeting him in the cell, he's becoming friends with him.
Yeah, and then he tells the story about someone saying, reach for it, mister. Gene Wilder's telling him the story about how he turned around and he was pointing a gun at a kid. And then, so he dropped his guns and left, and the little bastard shot me in the ass.
His delivery on a lot of the jokes is what makes him.
So I see this hand, straight as an arrow, but this is my shooting hand.
It's like that. And then the town wants nothing to do with him until what's his name sends kind of like his goon squad in, and they send this big dude named Mongo, and then they're all after trying to get the sheriff to step in. He's like, Candygram for Mongo. Candygram for Mongo.
Yeah, it's like a cartoon.
Yeah, it's a little cartoon, like just cut to him. He's like the whole thing. He's got a whole outfit on and like a little book, and he gives the book to this big dude named Mongo. He's like, Candygram for Mongo. And he opens it up. It's like it explodes in his face.
Right.
And they cut back to them at the police station. He's sitting in there with fucking Gene Wilder. He's like, I can't believe that worked. He's like, yeah, and they probably won't give me credit for inventing the candygram either. Yeah.
I missed that.
Missed that one.
That's
they
good,
got
though.
Mongo fucking tied up in chains in the back.
There's the scene where they're all eating beans and farting and shit.
Yeah.
Apparently that was like the first time they ever did farting in a movie or something. I swear I read that somewhere on one of these facts.
That's awesome.
The first movie to incorporate audible flatulence.
There was a lot. It was like a whole thing.
He made the farts get louder and louder because he knew it would be a definite hit with the audience, so he didn't want them laughing over all the farts.
So he made them louder and louder. That's awesome. I didn't know that.
I hope that's true.
I hope that's true too. That's funny as shit. The first time there's farts in a movie.
Right.
They're all sitting around there eating beans.
Just ripping. Oh boy. Silly ass movie. All his movies are silly, man. He tries to establish himself as sheriff. Then there's that old lady. You want to cut to that clip?
To the clip.
The old lady tells him.
Well, it's like him and Gene Wilder. He's talking about trying to be the sheriff. It's
Is it this one?
This one. This scene's cool for a couple different reasons. Because you get...
Well, I'm not sure.
You kind of get what the point of the movie is, too, about racism. The people who are racist being morons, as he calls them.
Right. I don't know if we're going to have a video for the rest of this pod. No. I don't know. But yeah, here we go.
By the way, I got a note this morning.
From who?
Well, I'm not sure. It was addressed to the Deputy Spade.
He's smoking a joint, huh?
Yeah.
Well, once I establish myself in this here town, Deputy Spade might turn out to be a groovy position. Yeah.
Gene Wilder and...
Listen, Barb. I want you to do me a favor. I don't want you going out there
Talked
this
over
morning.
it, goddamn.
You can't win these people over no matter what you do. They're just not going to accept you.
I'm glad those fingers ain't loaded.
Woo. Just like old times. Like I told you, once you establish yourself, they got to accept you.
Establish yourself.
Catch you later.
Gene Wilder says these people won't ever accept him as a black sheriff.
Good luck.
Takes a hit of the weed.
Good morning, ma'am. And isn't it a lovely morning?
Up yours, nigger.
Just right to his face.
What did you expect? Welcome, Sonny. Make yourself at home. Marry my daughter. You gotta remember that these are just simple farmers. These are people of the land. The common clay of the New West. You know. Morons.
So,
I wonder if he just accidentally laughed when they did that take.
And they
It
just
seemed like a
kept it.
real
It
natural
seemed-
laugh,
yeah,
like
it
he was
did.
just trying to keep it together.
Mm-hmm.
And like Gene Wilder's timing just got him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I like that scene because it was like basically what the movie's making fun of is like the stupid racist shit.
Yeah, for
And he's
sure.
like, he's calling them morons pretty much.
Yeah, these
And
two
they all
guys,
get over it.
These two guys are
Yeah.
smarter than anyone else in the
In
whole
the whole movie, yeah, outsmarting everybody left and right.
So what was it? I guess when they took care of Mongo, that's when the town started liking
To
him,
like
huh?
him, yeah.
And then
And Mongo wanted to stay.
the old lady apologizes, but she was like, "Don't tell anyone I came over and apologized."
Yeah.
So it's still a little,
Still fucked up.
still a little fucked up.
And then the people are trying to build a railroad. They're basically gonna just try and fucking
Candygram for Mongo.
wipe out this town. So the townsfolk get together, and then who do they get? Like, it's like the other railroad crew to come in. Is that before they go to the K, or like where they go to meet all the KKK people, or after?
They're trying to. They want to. They want to get anybody like all the worst people to come and like drive these people out of town or something like that. And,
Is that where the KKK people come in?
yeah, where they have a long line of people signing up to.
That's our next clip. All these people are signing up to join.
To like terrorize this town and get these people out of there. And here
the next
we
clip.
go.
I hope you brought enough
Headley.
for everybody.
Best lines in the movie.
I didn't know there was gonna be so many.
Boy, is he strict.
Gotta get in there close and find out what's happening.
There's our ticket.
That was nice, dude.
This is the best line.
Hey, boys, Look what I got here.
Hey, where are the white women at?
Oh my God.
So the KKK members
chase them back there, and
Gene Wilder
they steal their outfits.
Man, that was pretty. I like that.
That is the most quotable line, I believe.
Well, there was a quote in the movie that I didn't know came from this movie. It was like, "What in the wild world of sports is going on here?" At the beginning, when they're talking about the racetrack on the horses, because they used to play that at the beginning of like a sports cast, like on the fucking on like Bob and Tom or some shit. I want to say.
Yeah.
When they would start talking about sports, they would do that. I'm like, oh shit, that's what that's from. I had no idea.
Then you got the little the Stupp lady show.
Lisa Von Stupp.
Yeah.
She's a really bad singer. She's not good at all.
But she's just sexy and, riles up all the guys. She invites... they were trying to get her to, get...
I don't know, but...
She invites him up. She invites up the sheriff.
To try and seduce him and...
take him out or
kill him. Yeah, basically kill him. The thing, when I was watching that, she looked like a woman from back to the Arnold Schwarzenegger tie-in from Kindergarten Cop.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm about to double check that. Yeah, which fails. He doesn't go for it, Bart.
Well, she gets all sprung on his dick, dude. She's all about him after they fucked or whatever. And she's she's like, is it true what they say about the way you people are gifted? It's true. Yeah, he returns to the people at the railroad, all of his black friends and stuff.
It looks like there's Asian people and Hispanic people too on the railroad team when they come later.
And they were they were about to shoot him, but Gene Wilder shoots all the guns out of their hands. The town is getting ready to leave, but they devise a plan to build a replica of the whole town.
Yeah, overnight.
Yeah.
Out of like they're basically making a movie set.
Right.
Where it's just like walls.
All the faces
it's
of
all
the buildings.
Just super fake, and they rig it with explosives.
That shit is funny.
All right, so the Von Strumpf lady was not in Kindergarten Cop.
Whenever they're doing the whole line of trying to get people to join their thing with the KKK and all that, there's all kinds of there's bikers, there's Klan members, banditos and shit. But then what does he say at the beginning? He's like, what are your qualifications? Rape, murder, arson, and rape. You said rape twice. I like rape.
Don't remember that line. Mel Brooks
rape.
did not give a fuck.
Yeah. I'm kind of backed up.
Did you get it figured out?
No.
Beep, 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 beep. Beep, beep, beep,
Build the replica of the city. They build the toll booth to fucking slow them down.
He's like, I know what'll slow them down. Yeah, and they build a toll booth, and then it's like the wide open area.
Yeah.
They could just ride around it, but they're like, they stop at this toll booth. And he's like, anybody got some dimes?
Yeah.
He's like, somebody's going to have to go back and get a shitload of dimes.
So that bought him some time.
To finish building the city, and then they make fake townsfolk.
Yeah, and they have a big old brawl out.
Yeah, well, they lure him in, blow it up,
and
then they rush and start fighting.
Yeah, and then it pans out to the whole movie set.
Yeah, it goes super meta in the whole third act, and it's like Hollywood movie sets and studios, and
Yeah,
running around the lots.
They
do
bust
different
into
things.
like a different production of a whole song and dance thing.
They go into like a cafeteria.
Yeah,
they fight in the cafeteria.
Pie fight and shit.
Yeah, it turns into a pie fight.
Chases Headley to the Blazing Saddles movie premiere.
Yeah, it's all.
And then
it's all super self-referential.
So they're basically watching themselves on the movie screen as the movie's still going on.
Which I think when I was watching, I was like, oh, okay, so he kind of did that again in Spaceballs. Like he kind of did that joke again in Spaceballs. Because in Spaceballs, Rick Moranis and the guy are watching the screen. They're like, no, this is live, sir.
Oh, yeah.
And it's him. They're like watching themselves in the movie. So when on Blazing Saddles, I was like, oh shit, Blazing Saddles did it first.
Yeah, well.
That's just a little thought I had.
Yeah, so they ended up spotting, they ended up getting Headley. Then they go watch the rest of the movie.
And then they get picked up. They like ride horses, Bart and Gene Wilder's character.
Yeah.
Ride horses, and they get off and like hop in a real nice car
and
just drive away.
Nowhere special.
It took like a whole, like the whole third act, big crescendo scene was just like a super meta before shit was meta. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it kind of started
doing the whole thing, showing the movie production, the movie studios, barging in on different productions, like all that shit.
He probably was the first one to
that's
do
the first thing. I mean, we'd have to look it up. But like watching it last night, I'm like 1974. Like who the fuck was doing that at the time?
Yeah. And that's basically that movie, man. Boy, howdy.
It's a good one.
Wasn't it fun?
It was funny.
Where are you going at with ratings?
I'm going to go 6.5.
All right. I'm right there, too. I'm going double sevens.
Double sevens, nice. Lucky number 11s.
Lucky number 11s.
Yep.
Good shit. All right, well we're almost done partner. With this episode, wrapping it up.
What are you going to choose for next episode, Kevin?
If you're on YouTube, I apologize about the goddamn camera. What can I do? I need a new GoPro.
What can you do?
So, rootin' tootin'.
Yeah, double westerns out of nowhere, unintentional.
You know, speaking of the freaking this movie, Blazing Saddles, I noticed I said what was it on Gangs of New York? Something I said because they say the N-word in that movie too. But whenever I said it on the episode, I was like, yeah, there's a couple N-words in there. So it probably didn't. It sounds like I'm saying something worse. I meant they're literally saying the N-word.
They say it in the movie, yeah.
But that's how I put it in the episode. There's a couple N-words in there. Sounds bad.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't. Yeah, you were like in those.
You guys
scenes,
knew what I meant.
Yeah, in those scenes, like they're throwing around some terms.
I just noticed after the fact when I was like editing the episode, I was like,
throwing around some
a couple N-words in there.
Yeah, you know, if I can do this, do that.
I think I've done it on another episode too, but I don't know.
Well, that also rings true for Blazing Saddles.
At least I'm clearing it up now.
Yep.
So yeah, well, you want to go first with the next time movies?
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna go Happy Gilmore. Been thinking about it. I'm like, when to start diving into the childhood favorites?
Yeah.
I was like, Wayne's World, Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison, Joe Dirt.
Yeah.
Like, what is it?
Hi, dear. We're almost done.
What's up?
Okay.
You blocked me in, so you get to move my car.
Oh, good.
So I blocked him in.
Oh.
Blocking them. We're blocking each other in.
Yeah.
No.
So you're going with Happy Gilmore. You kind of you sent me a GIF in our chat thread or whatever of Happy Gilmore, and you're like, I'm so close to picking this one. So yeah, I was kind of seen this coming. No.
Damn you people. Go back to your shanties. I just love Shooter McGavin in that movie.
I know. That's all he's known for, mostly.
Probably, yeah. What else does he need, though? He can hang his hat on that. So many people would be happy to have a Shooter McGavin.
Yeah. Well, my movie is kind of pretty far opposite of that. It's a pretty heavy one.
Oh, no. One of Kevin's Saturday afternoon.
It's a heavy one.
Get in touch with your feelings. Have a good cry movies.
No, not quite. It's on HBO. Where's Happy Gilmore? Is that on something?
I didn't look, dude. I'm sorry.
That's all good.
I think I got it on DVD, though.
I might, too. Anyways, you can use my HBO if you need to. But, it's called 12 Years a Slave. And it's about slavery and stuff like that. And it's pretty heavy.
Who did that? Was that Spielberg? Was that a Spielberg movie?
I don't even know, dog.
No?
Let me look it up. I should have known, huh? 12 Days of Christmas.
Not the same movie.
Directed by Steve McQueen.
Steve McQueen. 12 Years a Slave, Steve McQueen?
Yeah, what's he known for?
That guy sounds familiar. I mean...
I know, right?
Was it like an old movie?
No, it's 2013. It's a little bit long. 2 hours, 13 minutes. You got Solomon. Wait, I don't know how to say that guy's name, but Paul Dano's in it, and you're gonna hate him in this movie.
Good, dude. I love hating Paul Dano. That's my favorite. One of my new favorite things.
You got a lot of fun people in here. Brad Pitt for a little bit.
Okay.
I only seen it once. And a lot of movies go in and out of my head. You know, I can't remember them all. I just remember that I like it a lot. Benedict Cumberbatch.
Fuck.
Paul Giamatti.
Okay.
Yeah, and you know what? It's also Black History Month, so let's go.
There you go.
A bonus.
Well, you didn't name off any African American actors.
I can't pronounce this guy's name. Chiwetel.
Yeah, don't try, guys.
Ejiofor. Yeah, you try.
Okay. I'll give it a shot.
I know, I named all the white guys.
Okay, I've seen this guy before in some stuff.
I know, right?
Oh, yeah, Lupita Nyong'o. Yeah, dude, she's fucking dope. Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah. So we got a comedy and we got a fucking drama, fucking heavy ass movie. It happens.
Fuck yeah, Michael Fassbender, fucking Paul Dano, his fucking stupid face,
and Giamatti. Two Pauls. Hi, I'm Paul.
All right.
I'll
fucking strap in for that one, dude.
Yeah. You know,
I'll watch Happy Gilmore after.
It's the kind of shit where you're like, God damn it, white people back in the day.
Dude, we were the fucking worst, man. It's like, what do you do? You're like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, fuck.
It wasn't me.
Yeah, it wasn't.
I mean,
still not cool.
I'm pretty Irish, so I think Irish were pretty shit on back in the day.
Even in Blazing Saddles, they were like, fuck the Irish.
Right. Anyways, those are the movies. It's going to be a weird episode.
Yeah, it is going to be very lopsided.
We're going to really switch gears right in the middle of it.
We should probably start with 12 Years a Slave and then have a nice...
Pick me up.
And all nice pick me up with Happy Gilmore.
Sounds good to me.
Our picks are always fucking... I don't know.
Pretty opposite. Sometimes
well, yeah, we accidentally picked Westerns.
Yeah, that was something.
Well, that's cool.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed.
Have a good one.
Maybe if anybody feels like suggesting, maybe we'll do a fan-suggested movie pod, Send us a comment or a message or something. 2 movies.
As long as John Mellencamp's not anywhere to be seen in it, I'm fucking down. I don't know if he was in movies.
Mellencamp?
But fuck him. For what he did.
Him.
For what he did.
What did he do? John Cougar Mellencamp. Records. That's like a Chris Rock bit or something. Anyways, peace out.
Bye.
Love, peace, and chicken grease. What is that? What they used to say?
That was a past reference. So the whole thing that gets the movie going is she gets cut up, and all the ladies of the night,
whores,